Welcome to ICF Insights. I'm Tony Marchese. Well, we have had a show planned for some time, and I'm so excited that today we're actually going to be able to do it. And that is to have a conversation about a very hot topic right now, something that many people are talking about throughout the country and even internationally, and that is about what's called the Common Core, or the new standards. And who better to have on the program today than Dr. Michael Martirano, who is the state superintendent here in West Virginia. And you've been a very busy guy. I know we're going to talk about the Common Core, but I'd like to even, prior to that, talk a little bit about what you've been up to.
Oh my gosh, I think saying busy is an understatement. I mean, I'm just so energetic and energized and enthused about the work that's occurring in West Virginia. I have been state superintendent for a little under a year. It's almost coming up on my 1-year anniversary. And during that period of time have had the opportunity to meet so many of our students, our teachers, our principals and superintendents. We know we have 55 counties in our state, phenomenal state in terms of the natural beauty. And I've been close to, I think, 29 counties thus far, having great conversations with kids visiting our schools, talking to our teachers about the importance of education. What I'm defining as the one voice, one focus, all students achieving tour, a real listening and learning tour. I want to make certain I understand all the different variables associated with education in West Virginia. And my goodness, I have been so well received, so welcome, so many kind people, and I'm just thrilled to continue to do great work on behalf of kids. It's been wonderful.
That's great. And I know that I think that one of the things I'd like to know is what have been some of the specific things that you've learned kind of from people?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. First and foremost, like anywhere else in the nation, anywhere else I've ever worked, what I found is just really good parents who want the very best for their students, for their children. Regardless of what their economic means are, they want their children to have the very best education. And I've heard that time and time again. I've seen and had conversations with our kids who want to make certain that we're doing everything that we can to ensure that their future is set up for the level of fulfilling their dreams and goals, that they can truly feel that they can go on to college and go on to a career and be successful. But more importantly, that we do everything that we can to provide them that level of hope, that we do everything we can as educators to make certain that they have a hopeful future. And so I've been very pleased to hear the level and see the level and have the level of values communicated to me where education is very important. And also making the connection, which I've been very pleased, about the conversation about economic development in our state. And truly people understanding the importance of an educated populace, that without an educated populace we need to be concerned about economic development. So everybody in our state, all the 1.8, 1.9 million citizens, has a vested interest in the success of our educational system, because the more educated our students are, more students that graduate, more students are ready for college and careers, the better off our state is going to be, because we know that if students drop out of school, that it creates challenges for our state, for the individual, more students getting involved in juvenile delinquency, drug use and abuse, involvement in the juvenile delinquencies as far as detention centers, and their life is set up for challenges. So we know that that basic level of a high school diploma now more than ever means something. So those have been wonderful to hear, because it's very compatible with my values, that if individuals work hard, show up every day to school, we have great curriculum in terms of what needs to be communicated, and great teachers, wonderful things will happen for young people, and ultimately seeing their eye on the future for that graduation is what I'm all about.
I know that your one voice, one focus, all students achieving document that you produced last year. In fact, you produced it, I think, right around the time when you came to West Virginia. That was your vision plan.
Yes.
I know that you have recently extended that into a more specific, more focused way, looking at strategic things, strategic plan.
Absolutely. I have the philosophy, without a vision we shall perish, you know, in that sense, and I've used that my entire life in terms of any position I've ever been in, that you have to have a clear sense of where you're going, understand where you're going, and have a roadmap to get you there. So I'm from the philosophy that great leaders set vision, and they focus on the vision. They allow those processes and products to be aligned in a way that we're monitoring them on a regular basis, and then building and wrapping around that is building relationships and support and capacity for everybody galvanized around a vision for what we want for our students in the great state of West Virginia. And clearly what we're saying in this vision plan is very clearly metrics that are aligned with the overall tenets of what we're moving forward with, 10 delineated priorities, 4 major pillars around academic achievement and safety of our young people, the quality workforce of what's necessary, leaving nothing to chance, making certain it's very clearly articulated so that every citizen can understand it. So what we've done is we've communicated that very clearly, leading with the focus of what I'm defining as metrics that matter. I want all students graduating from high school. If a student drops out, as I've said, there's great challenges. And it's a metric that everybody can understand. It's a data point that everybody can understand. And everybody should be focused on that. And then from there, we build a variety of other data points as well. So we've rolled out the vision plan, communicated it very clearly, but now we're coming back in with measurable outcomes and objectives, SMART goals, where they're very specific and measurable and attainable, time-bound and result-oriented, so that we can say, are we putting our efforts where they need to be? Are we aligning our budget in a way and putting our resources where we need to be? And we're measuring that and want to report that out to our citizens, to our legislature, to all of our individuals so that they can say, we are making progress. And if we're not, have those courageous conversations to say, use the data to guide how we need to make improvement. But if the educational system is not organized and aligned, then it becomes just random acts of improvement, and we're putting money in places where maybe we're not getting the results. A clear strategic plan has that vision, clearly articulated, and gives you data points along the way to say that we're marking it. And we're doing that. And that's what I'm pleased about. I love the work around strategic planning.
And it seems like you're probably one of your greatest values that you have as a leader is the importance of communication.
Right.
And
I mean, it's critical. I mean, it's just absolutely critical. I mean, again, all of our leaders, great leaders, are able to communicate that vision in a very clear and precise manner and continue to focus on it. I stated recently, as I met with all of our superintendents and state leaders, that I hope to have a long career as a state superintendent, and as long as I'm state superintendent, I will be talking about our vision, the importance of what we need to do. Great leaders stay focused on the vision and never deviate from that and tweak it in ways to continue to gain support and build capacity for improvement. And so around that tenet, we will be talking about the graduation rate. I want every citizen to be able to engage in this state and go into their schools and say, what is the graduation rate for our county? How are our students making progress? What's occurring? And we break it down into conversations that any citizen understands. See, in our business, we use a lot of education ease, and we use a lot of data points, and we say things about our metrics and state assessments and a variety of things. And to many people, they don't understand that. But what I'm trying to do is distill it down to the sort of the basic levels of the importance of students reading on grade level at grade 3, the importance of students making progress from being promoted from one grade to the level with the skills necessary, with the understanding that the long-range goal is to graduate, and every student wants, every parent wants that. They can get their child in school, they can make certain that they attend every day, they can provide the supports necessary regardless of their means, and they can say that I expect a quality education for my student who lives in this great state of West Virginia, because things have shifted for our nation, for the world. It's a different economy, it's a different way of communicating than how I was raised. And so our students need to be prepared for the 21st century, not for the past. They need to be prepared for the future.